When most people think of Frida Kahlo, they immediately see the monobrow and the flowers, you know, that iconic image of her face just everywhere. It's almost become a gimmick. But there was so much more to her than just that. She was a feminist icon, a pioneer. Frida has become one of the most universally recognised artists there has ever been. But I think many of us have forgotten just how much she did, and how there will never be anyone else quite like her. Growing up, I've gained a huge amount of respect for this artist, as she's shaped both my artwork and the way I see the world as a woman. And since she and I both share a love for self-portraiture as a means of expression, I thought, why not become her? I first discovered Frida when I was about 13 years old. I'd stay after school in this art class where all the freaks and geeks used to go to. Our tutor basically put a photocopy down of all her self-portraits. And I just remember looking at them and thinking, like, what the hell is this? I've never seen anything like this before. They were just so raw and visceral and so full of emotion, but I just remember being completely transfixed by her work, and instantly I just thought, I need to learn more about this woman. I think what took me by surprise was the fact that I was at an age where I was quite naive when it came to gender roles. So when I looked at her work, I was like, what? Women can do this? They can be artists and be successful and be iconic? You know, I wasn't aware. So she was, to me, the first woman that actually kind of gave me a wake-up call and thought, hey, you know what, I could do something like this. So self-portraits have always been kind of my thing. I don't know why, it's just something I've always gravitated towards. I think Frida probably had something to do with that. But this is sort of me paying tribute to her in the only way I know how, the best way I know how. I think even though I was fascinated by her work from an early age, I didn't really connect with her on the same level that I do now. It was only when I started doing my self-portraits that I began to find a deeper connection with Frida. She would agonise over her portraits very much the same way I do. She was a perfectionist. She poured everything she had onto that canvas, and it was only through me doing my own work that I quickly realised how that felt. I realised how it would feel to be an artist. Frida always said that she would choose to paint herself because she was the subject she knew best. I'm very much the same way in that sense. I really respect Frida's determination to still create and paint. Even when she was on her deathbed, she was so stubborn and so difficult, yet so passionate. The thing that probably resonates most to me about Frida was the fact that she just didn't care what anyone thought about her. She didn't care if people hated her paintings. She didn't care if people thought she was a little bit edgy for the time. She didn't care if You know, people thought she was a bit strange for wearing men's suits, you know, or being bisexual, or not doing anything about her unibrow or any of her body hair for that matter. And that's the thing that I like to take away from it. The fact that she just did not give a crap what anyone thought about her, because that is honestly the best way to be. And I hope that I can do the same. So if you're a bit weird, a bit eccentric, don't change it. If anything, ramp it up. All the eccentrics are remembered. You know, no one wants to be normal. Normal doesn't exist. It's just a social construct. There is no such thing as normal. It doesn't matter if you're a little strange, or people have a problem with your work, or they find what you do to be controversial. She did it, so why not you? She's living proof.